Today on the channel, we got the latest and greatest from PMI Toys and their Octagon Fighters line with Alex Pereira, Conor McGregor, and Jon Bones Jones.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with another UFC unboxing and review. And today on the channel from PMI Toys, we got their latest and greatest in their Octagon Fighters line with 3 of the figures from the set with Jon Bones Jones, Alex Pereira, and of course, Conor McGregor. But for all your PMI Octagon Fighter needs, better hit up Walmart. That's where they're exclusive to. You can find them right now back in the entertainment section. Todd, you know anything about the entertainment section back by the TVs? You know what I'm talking about. But you can find these at your local Walmart right now, coming on the heels from the last series, which we did unbox on the channel, with this new series a little bit taller, a little bit bigger, not quite full-on action figures that maybe a lot of us want. However, a little bit bigger, working our way up in scaling, and we'll see what's next from PMI Toys. And speaking of PMI Toys, got to thank them for this. They sent these my way, said, hey, we want to send these to you. You want to check these out? I said, sure, I'll check them out. I'm always game. And they reached out to me at TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. So check it out if you have not already. And of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Now, you guys know me if you've been watching my channel for a long time. Big UFC fan, going back from UFC 1 to like a UFC 140 or something like that. Once they started having shows every single weekend, it just got to be too much to keep track of, unfortunately. But man, those prime golden years of the UFC were absolutely amazing. Of course, I used to train MMA once upon a time, way back in the day. And that was before there was any money in the sport. But man, oh man, it was fun. Some chipped teeth, you know, it's just part of the fun. But a lot of fun around mixed martial arts and especially the UFC over the years. But I'm a guy that goes back to the Pride days. And of course, Pancrase is where I really started cutting my teeth once upon a time. So I'm always excited about UFC style figures. And we've talked about it a few times on the channel, why they work and why they don't work in instances. And unfortunately, we've had a lot of starts and stops in UFC figures over the years. The most recent being from Jazzwares. But maybe PMI Toys have found a way into something here. Maybe skirt tailing some stuff. We'll see how they go. But of course, once again, available at your local Walmart. And we're going to dive into it. We're going to start off with Conor McGregor first here. Of course, Conor McGregor, everybody seemingly knows him, whether or not you know UFC, mixed martial art fighters or not. He's a guy that has transcended, for good and for bad, from the UFC. But an interesting packaging design right here. Very interesting. It's in an octagon. I'm not sure why. Oh, yes, Octagon UFC. Makes a lot of sense there. UFC logo up top. Conor McGregor looking only like Conor McGregor would look if he was maybe a little person. Who knows what he's up to here? But I do like the packaging design here, looking like a UFC Octagon. I think that is pretty neat and on brand as well. A little flimsy in the packaging, so it might be hard to get minty ones. But as we roll the packaging a little bit, you got UFC. You got the cross-sell, so we got 3 of the 5 right here. UFC action figures as we keep spinning around. UFC at the top, and then look at that, available at Walmart. You know Walmart likes that branding on their packaging for sure. UPC on the bottom if that is your thing. And I'm going to go in through the top on this one, I think is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in through the top, and I'm going to see if I can get it out of the package. And exactly the best way to get these guys out of the package is, I'm not sure, but we're going to find out, like I said. There we go. There we go. All right, is there anything else inside of here? Doesn't seem to be. Here we go. That's everything. See you later. He shoots, he scores. Goodbye. We do get a little base right here, which you could pull out if you want to. UFC action figures, UFC Octagon Fighters. Looking good. A little base. I'm here for that. How about a little plastic prison? He's got a UFC water bottle. Got the figure itself right there. And pop that bad boy out. Pop that out. See you later. Goodbye. And then look at this. We do get the flag. That is pretty darn cool. Now, you could use this with other people if you wanted to. You want to stick this with your WWE Sheamus figure? Hey, nobody's going to stop you. But looks good. An Ireland flag here, of course. So Viva la Ireland right there. So very cool. You do get this squirt bottle here. Now, once again, you could use this with other toy lines. So there might be some meat on the bone for Mattel Elite collectors and things like that, but it is a squirt bottle there on brand for UFC. But now we're diving into Conor McGregor himself. We're diving into this figure, and I gotta say, there's more articulation on this figure than I thought. Wow, I'm a little bit surprised here, and there's some good and some bad here. I gotta be honest, of course, and we're gonna start with the head. Big head on this guy here. Almost reminds me of those headliner figures back in the day. Not sure I could tell you it's Conor McGregor right away off the head, but he does got the beard, got the hair going on, 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth, playing those human hits. The tattoos is what gives it away as Conor McGregor, especially the one that says McGregor on his chest. That one really gives it away. But you got tattoos, and of course you got the UFC gloves going on there. Soft goods, Venom, Conor McGregor shorts down here as well. You can take these shorts off. I don't know, is there anything up front? Do I want to turn this around and see? Oh my gosh, he's playing the Ken and Barbie game is what he's playing. But these shorts are removable, so these shorts could possibly be used with other figures if you really want to as well, for whatever reason. And then looking at the body here, well, first I guess we'll go through the articulation. Head back and forth, side to side. Arms all the way around for us. Shoulders up and down. Single jointed elbows, back and forth. So I'm actually surprised at the articulation on this one here. No waist articulation. The legs, you can do the splits. You can go forward. So there is some articulation on the legs, which is nice. But man, that body style is just a little bit strange to me. It's very short down here. I wish it was more true to form, true to size. Be it whatever the scale is going to be is fine. But the proportions just are a little bit different on this one here. So I guess obviously that's what they're going for. And it's up to us to decide if we like that or not. No peg hole on the bottom there of the feet. But an interesting piece of business if there ever was one. And then he's got the squirt bottle. Does not fit in his hand because he doesn't have an opening hand. There's no extra hands, anything like that. So is what it is as far as Conor McGregor goes. But interesting. There's no denying it. It is interesting. I'm just not sure what to think about it. But he does look like a little person. That's what it looks like to me. Little person fighters is what it feels like here. But let's dive into Jon Bones Jones here. One of the most controversial fighters in a heck of a long time. And his rise to greatness is kind of when I was dipping out of the sport, I would say. I didn't have any problems with Jon Bones Jones. He was a terror out there. See you later, goodbye. He was always killing it all the time. There it is right there. But he's had a lot of off the field, but outside of the Octagon issues over the years. And what, did he just like retire again for like the 50th time or something like that? See you later, goodbye. He's from New Mexico, which isn't too far from Amarillo, Texas, with good friend of the channel, Terry Funk, once upon a time. As I'm filming this, Terry Funk did pass away 2 years ago as I'm filming this. I can't believe it. But Jon Jones has been a guy putting out the retirements all the time. And an interesting figure, once again, Jon Jones here. So he's got soft, good pants. Same body, of course, going to get the most out of molds. Use the same body, different head here. Got the beard, 2 eyes, 2 ears, nose, and a mouth. It looks like Jon Jones. If you told me who this is, I would say, yeah, that's Jon Jones. I see that. Has the tattoos going on, that kind of stuff. Now, he does come with some extra UFC gloves. I'm not exactly sure. Is he going to retire and put them down in the middle of the octagon, maybe? I don't know. But we do get 2 extra octagon hands. How about gloves right there? And we do get a hat going on here. It says Jon Bones Jones, UFC. How about that right there? Put that on, and he's ready to go. He's ready to take on the world is what he's ready to do. Old Jon Bones Jones. An interesting looking figure. Same articulation, same everything as Conor McGregor. Just different head and different skin tone color, different tattoos, different pants. You get the idea by now. But interesting for sure. And now we're going to finish it up with Alex Pereira. Now, I should read the rest of the line here. We got Alexa Grasso in the flyweight and Ilia Topuria. Not familiar with either of them. Not familiar with Alex Pereira either, even though he's the light heavyweight champion. And once upon a time, I was like, oh my gosh, that would resonate with me. But it's just changing times is what it is. Can't keep up with everything. There's just too much stuff coming at me. It's a good problem to have, I guess. See you later. Goodbye. And we're going to get him out of the package as well. I don't know about that headdress there. What is he, real Indian? He better be. We don't want a Chief J Strongbow situation with these getting recalled, do we? Alex Pereira. There it is. Does got a kettlebell right here. That's kind of nice. Once again, you can put these with a different figure if you wanted to. And we do got the headdress for him. How well does this snap on? I don't know. I don't know what to think about this headdress. I guess it probably goes in the back. I can't even tell which way is forward, which is back. I'm pretty sure this is the way it's supposed to go. I'm pretty sure, but He's got the headdress going on there, so he better be full-on Indian or he's going to be in some trouble in this cancel culture world. There's no doubt about it. Once again, playing all the hits of the other two, same articulation. A lot of tattoos on this guy here. Does got the yellow trunks going on, got some green in there, got some black. Usually a hallmark or striper, but that green throws it off, of course. Has the gloves going on, but looks good. Definitely toyetic with the headdress going there and all the tattoos. Interesting figures, though. There's no doubt about it. Definitely a step above the last ones and a step above in price point, too. But I like that you could actually have matches with these if you wanted to. If you're a little kid, these wouldn't be bad to have in the backseat of the car on a road trip or something. You can have some matches going on. Some UFC fights right there in the back seat. Now, personally, I would prefer some legends. Can we get Boss Rutten? Can we get Vanderlei Silva? Heck, can we get Brock Lesnar? Why not Brock Lesnar? Can we get the Gracies? Can we get Don the Predator Fry? Can we get Mark the Hammer Kerr? Can we get Mark Coleman? Let's get all the Marks. Let's get them all. I would love to see more classic Octagon fighters. Give me Matt Hughes. Give me George St. Pierre. Give me John Finch. Give me Mike Quick Swick while we're at it. I'd love a little of that time era of my fandom, but I understand why they're doing modern talent, modern performers. Makes a lot of sense. But an interesting set right here. Not going to be for everybody once again. It's not your Mattel Elites UFC style, obviously. But it's something different, and it's cool to try new things. If you're a company, you've got to try new things, put new things to market. You never know what might stick. And I got to say, these are better in hand than they look in the package. That's always good. They do look like little people, that's for sure, but that's the stylization they're going for. Think of Funkos. They don't necessarily look like a human, but get the point across. Kind of a similar style to that, but the articulation really brings these to another level. And I do like the articulation on these. The tattoos work good. The head sculpts are good enough. And you got accessories that you could use with other toy lines if you want to. So there's definitely some mixed bag here, but not bad for what it is. It's not trying to be something it isn't. So I'm here for this with these PMI toy UFC fighters. Not sure I'd pick up the rest of them, but you might. And if you're looking for them, you know where to go. You got to go to Walmart. That's where these are. Check them out at your local Walmart store. Pretty sure they're back there in the entertainment section, back by the TVs, right, Todd McFarlane? Todd from the couch, of course. But be interested to hear your thoughts on the PMI figures. Be interested to hear your thoughts on modern day UFC. Are you like me when it started to be shows every single weekend, you just couldn't keep up anymore, and then you ended up just dropping it, unfortunately? I didn't want to. I was forced into the situation. I couldn't keep up. I liked it when we had, 15, 16 events between the pay-per-views and the fight nights each year. That was manageable. You throw in a couple of Ultimate Fighter seasons. I can manage all that. But when there's a different fight every single weekend and they're 8 hours long, it's just too much. It's just too much. So, I don't know. Be interested to hear your take in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel. 2 YouTube channels with content every single day for now. You guys know that. You know how we do it. Check out Patreon YouTube channel memberships for even more content. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available where podcasts are found with videocast on YouTube. So for another UFC unboxing, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we going to dance or are we going to play?